The restaurant buzzed with Friday night energy. The air was thick with the sounds of laughter and conversation, a symphony of social interactions that seemed to dance around me. It was the kind of night where everyone seemed to be in high spirits, celebrating the end of a long week. Laughter, clinking glasses, the aroma of delicious food. It should have felt festive. The waitstaff moved gracefully between tables, balancing trays laden with mouth-watering dishes. The clinking of glasses and the hum of cheerful chatter created an atmosphere that was both lively and inviting. But as I glanced at the empty chair across from me, a familiar pang of loneliness settled in my chest. It was a feeling I had come to know all too well, one that seemed to visit me more frequently these days. The empty chair was a stark reminder of the plans that had fallen through, the connections that had yet to be made. I'd planned to meet a potential friend for dinner, someone I'd connected with online. We had exchanged messages for weeks, finding common ground in our shared interests and experiences. I had been looking forward to this meeting, hoping it would be the start of a new friendship. But at the last minute, she canceled. Her message was apologetic, citing an unexpected obligation that had come up. I understood, of course, but it didn't make the disappointment any easier to bear. The anticipation that had built up over the week deflated in an instant. Something about her kids needing her, a scheduling conflict, the usual story. It was a narrative I had heard many times before, each time chipping away at my hope. Life, it seemed, was always getting in the way, creating barriers to the connections I so desperately sought. This wasn't the first time this had happened. In fact, it had become a recurring theme in my attempts to forge new friendships. Each time I would muster the courage to reach out, only to be met with cancellations and rescheduled plans. It was disheartening, to say the least. Lately, it felt like every attempt to forge new friendships hit a wall built of busy schedules, canceled plans, and the constant hum of digital distractions. The more I tried, the more elusive genuine connections seemed to become. It was as if the universe was conspiring to keep me isolated. It made me wonder, is making friends after 40 even possible? Or was I destined to navigate this stage of life alone, relying on memories of past friendships to fill the void? The questions swirled in my mind, each one more unsettling than the last. Or are we all too set in our ways, too busy, too tired to make space for new connections? The demands of work, family, and personal responsibilities seemed to leave little room for anything else. It was a balancing act that often left me feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. The experience left me disheartened. I longed for the days when making friends was as simple as striking up a conversation on the playground or sharing a laugh in the school cafeteria. Now it felt like an insurmountable challenge, one that required more effort than I sometimes felt capable of giving. I craved the comfort of close friends, the kind you could call at 2 a.m., the ones who knew your story and loved you anyway. Those friendships, forged in the fires of shared experiences and mutual understanding, seemed like a distant memory. I yearned for that sense of belonging, that feeling of being truly seen and accepted. But finding them, amidst the chaos of midlife, felt like searching for a rare flower in a concrete jungle. The city, with all its noise and distractions, seemed to swallow up any opportunity for genuine connection. Yet, despite the challenges, I held on to a glimmer of hope. Perhaps somewhere in this vast urban landscape, there was someone else feeling the same way. Someone also searching for that rare flower. Let's face it, middle age is a juggling act. It's a time when we find ourselves pulled in multiple directions, trying to balance the demands of work, family, and personal life. The responsibilities seem endless, and the pressure to excel in every role can be overwhelming. We often feel like we're walking a tightrope, trying to keep everything from falling apart. Careers are often at their peak, demanding more time and energy. Many of us are in leadership positions or striving to reach the next level in our professions. The expectations are high, and the competition is fierce. Long hours at the office, late-night emails, and constant meetings become the norm. The stress can be immense, and the work-life balance we once dreamed of seems elusive. We're parents, partners, caregivers, often juggling multiple roles with little time for ourselves, let alone cultivating new friendships. Helping kids with homework, preparing meals, and caring for aging parents are just a few of the daily tasks that fill our schedules. The emotional and physical toll can be significant, leaving us drained and with little energy to spare. Finding the time and mental bandwidth for anything beyond the essentials feels like an Olympic sport. The to-do lists are long, and the days are short. We rush from one task to another, barely pausing to catch our breath. The idea of adding anything extra to our already packed schedules seems impossible. The days of carefree hangouts, late-night chats, and spontaneous adventures seem like a distant memory. We reminisce about the times when we could drop everything and meet friends for a coffee or a night out. Those moments of spontaneity and freedom are rare now, replaced by carefully planned and often rescheduled meetups. Weekends are swallowed by kids' soccer games, grocery shopping, and catching up on laundry. The time that was once reserved for relaxation and socializing is now filled with errands and family obligations. We find ourselves running from one activity to another, trying to fit everything in. Weeknights are for hurried dinners and collapsing onto the sofa, too exhausted to even think about socializing. After a long day at work and managing household chores, the idea of going out or even having a meaningful conversation feels like too much effort. We crave rest and solitude, often at the expense of our social lives. It's no wonder that friendships often fall by the wayside. We see our friends' social media posts and feel a pang of guilt or sadness, knowing that we're missing out on those connections. The distance grows, and the once strong bonds start to weaken. We tell ourselves that we'll make time for friends later, but later never seems to come. We tell ourselves it's temporary, that things will slow down eventually. We look at our calendars and try to find a free moment, but those moments are few and far between. The hope that life will become less hectic keeps us going. But deep down, we know that the demands will always be there. But the truth is, life rarely slows down. The responsibilities and pressures continue to mount, and waiting for the perfect time to reconnect with friends is a losing game. We have to accept that the busyness is a part of life and find ways to navigate it without losing touch with the people who matter. We need to be intentional about making time for friendships, even when it feels impossible. It requires effort and planning, but the rewards are worth it. Friendships provide support, joy, and a sense of belonging that enrich our lives. By prioritizing these connections, we can find balance and fulfillment amidst the chaos of middle age. Technology promised to connect us, to bridge distances and bring us closer, but has it? Social media feeds overflow with curated lives, creating a false sense of connection while fostering comparison and inadequacy. We scroll through endless posts, feeling envious and disconnected, wondering why our lives don't measure up. Yes, technology can help us maintain existing friendships. A quick text, a funny meme, a video call. These digital touchpoints can be lifelines. But they can also become substitutes for real face-to-face interaction, the kind that nourishes our souls and strengthens bonds. The irony is that while technology allows us to stay superficially connected to hundreds, even thousands of people, it can also make us feel incredibly alone. Building true friendships requires vulnerability, trust, and shared experiences, things that can't be replicated through a screen. As we age, we build walls. These walls are not made of bricks and mortar, but of experiences and emotions. They are constructed from the moments when we felt exposed and were hurt, the times when we trusted and were let down. Each disappointment adds another layer, making the walls higher and thicker. We believe these walls protect us, shielding us from future pain. But in reality, they often keep us isolated, preventing us from experiencing the depth of connection we truly desire. We've been hurt, disappointed, let down. These experiences leave marks on our hearts, invisible to the eye but deeply felt. They shape our perceptions and influence our actions. We become cautious, wary of letting anyone get too close. The fear of being hurt again looms large, casting a shadow over our interactions. We remember the sting of betrayal, the ache of unfulfilled promises, and it makes us hesitant to open up. We carry the scars of past relationships, making us wary of letting anyone in too close. These scars are reminders of the times we were vulnerable and were met with pain. They whisper caution, urging us to protect ourselves. We look at old photographs and reminisce about the good times, but the memories of hurt are never far behind. They make us question if it's worth the risk to open our hearts again. Opening up to someone new, sharing our fears and insecurities, feels risky. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, unsure if we'll be caught or if we'll fall. The fear of judgment, rejection, and misunderstanding looms large. We wonder if the other person will see us as weak or flawed. This hesitation often leads to silence, to keeping our true selves hidden. We sit alone with our thoughts, contemplating the potential consequences of being open and honest. What if they judge us, reject us, think we're too much? These questions plague our minds, creating a barrier to genuine connection. We worry that our vulnerabilities will be seen as burdens, that our true selves will be deemed unworthy. This anxiety can be paralyzing, making it difficult to take the first step towards openness. We find ourselves rehearsing conversations in our heads, trying to find the right words to say. But often, the fear wins, and we remain silent. This fear of vulnerability is a major roadblock to forming new friendships. It keeps us at a distance, observing rather than participating. We stand on the sidelines watching others connect, feeling a pang of longing. We crave the warmth of companionship, the comfort of being understood, but the fear of being hurt again holds us back. It's a lonely place to be, surrounded by people yet feeling isolated. We crave authentic connection, yet we hesitate to show our true selves. We long for relationships where we can be genuine, where we don't have to wear masks or put up facades. But the fear of being judged or rejected makes us hold back. We sit alone with our thoughts, looking out at the world, wondering if there's anyone out there who will accept us as we are. This internal conflict creates a sense of longing and frustration. We present a polished version to the world, afraid to let anyone see the messy, imperfect truth beneath the surface. We carefully curate our appearances and our stories, hoping to be seen in a favorable light. We hide our flaws and insecurities, presenting a version of ourselves that we think will be accepted. But this polished exterior often feels hollow, lacking the depth and authenticity that comes from being truly known. But here's the thing about vulnerability. It's terrifying and liberating all at once. When we take the risk to be open, to share our true selves, we create the possibility for deep, meaningful connections. It's a leap of faith, a moment of courage that can lead to profound rewards. The act of being vulnerable is a testament to our strength, not our weakness. It shows that we are willing to embrace the uncertainty of human connection. It's in those moments of raw honesty, when we dare to be seen as we truly are, that real connection happens. When we strip away the layers of pretense and allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same. These moments of genuine interaction are where true friendships are forged. They are the foundation of relationships built on trust and mutual understanding. It's when we let go of pretense and embrace our imperfections that we invite others to do the same. By showing our true selves, we create a space for others to be authentic as well. This mutual vulnerability fosters a sense of belonging and acceptance. It's in these moments of shared humanity that we find the connections we crave, the relationships that enrich our lives and bring us joy.